Namaste, welcome to Yin and Restorative Yoga with some gentle movement to start. My name is Michelle Chua, and for this practice, whatever props you may have at home or can substitute for the following: 2 blocks, a strap, a bolster, and a blanket. Start in any comfortable way to sit that allows you to personally, mentally arrive, evenly ground your body or balance your weight throughout the bottom of your body as you're sitting, and allow your spine to rise so that breath and energy can most easily flow. So we are recapping the 7 main chakras or energy centers that we have been revisiting, one each week. So a little bit of everything today, with some of our live communities' requests for focusing on spinal twists and stretching all throughout the legs. So we'll include that too. All right, let's take a moment to check in with ourselves. Begin to notice externally the posture of your body as you're sitting. No need to correct it or change it. But notice that when we're feeling confident or open, our posture is different than when we're feeling the opposite. And then begin to scan the inner landscape of your physical body, noticing any kinds of sensations like tensions, aches, where you feel really open, strong, without having to categorize them as positive or negative, letting go of judgment. So gathering your overall physical state as you begin this asana practice. Notice the flow of breath as it moves into and out of your body. How does it feel right now? No need to change the way you're breathing. Does the breath feel fluid? How deep? What is the pace like? Letting all these qualities inform you of how you're feeling energetically, so that you can meet yourself there, promoting harmony. Notice the state of your mind. Are there particular kinds of thoughts looping? What have you been giving your attention lately? And how is that feeling for you emotionally? And let's start to deepen the breath. Noticing where you can feel the breath expand as you inhale. And maybe sighing it out as you exhale a few times, breathing out through the mouth. Letting each new breath get a little deeper, a little more expansive. Now, as you continue deepening your breath, I invite you to acknowledge one or a few things that you feel gratitude for right now. Letting gratitude be a regular part of our practice to awaken our hearts and our minds. And before setting your intention, I'm actually going to invite you to visualize the 7 main regions of your 7 energy centers as I recite a mantra, a positive affirmation for each one based on the quality of energy that each evokes or regulates. And notice if any of these mantras resonates more specifically with you today based on how you're feeling. And maybe that will guide you towards setting your intention afterwards. I'll also invite you to chant with me the Bija mantra, or the seed sound that helps to awaken energy flow at each of the 7 main chakras. And if you're comfortable with it, you could even place your hands at the area of each chakra as we focus on them. So begin with visualizing the base of your spine, and below that, your legs and feet, your root energy center, Muladhara chakra. Color is red. The earth element is earth. And an affirmation is, I am grounded, nourished, and supported. The seed sound, Lam. Let's chant it together. Inhale deeply. Lam. Lift your inner gaze a few inches above the base of your spine, below the belly button, at your lower belly, lower back, sacral energy center, Svadhisthana chakra. You might visualize the color orange and think of this mantra, I flow with life, as we evoke the water elements. The seed sound, Vam. Let's chant together, breathing in. Vam. Rest your gaze inwardly at your upper abdomen, middle back, solar plexus energy center, Manipura chakra. Color is yellow. It is your inner fire. An affirmation is, the fire within me burns through all blocks and fears. Let's chant Ram. Inhale. Ram. Lift your inner gaze to your heart energy center at the center of your chest and upper back, Anahata chakra. Color is green. And an affirmation is, I give and receive love harmoniously. The mantra is Yam. Let in a breath. Yam. Lift your inner gaze to your throat energy center, Vishuddha chakra. The color is blue. And an affirmation is, I express myself authentically and listen for others' truth. Hum is a seed sound. Breathing in. Hum. Lift your inner gaze to the center of your brain, third eye center, Ajna chakra. Color is indigo. An affirmation is, I trust my intuition and see life clearly. Let's chant Om together. Let in a breath. Then lift your inner gaze to your 7th main chakra, your crown energy center, Sahasrara chakra. Color is white and or violet. An affirmation is, I honor my interconnectedness with all of life. And the seed sound is silence. So notice if any of these particular qualities of the 7 main chakras strikes you most today in helping you to set your intention for this practice. And then think of somebody besides yourself that you may like to send loving kindness or support for well-being to by dedicating your practice to them today. Deep inhale as you feel the energy of your intention. Hold the breath in, lift the pelvic floor, draw your navel in and up, drop your chin towards your chest, closing the throat. These are the three bandhas or energy locks. And when you can't hold the breath comfortably anymore, exhale through the mouth and relax. Now let's start a breathing technique that helps to regulate calm, focus, and balanced energy. Ujjayi Pranayama, victorious breath. So closing your lips if you can, just breathe through your nose and start to create a very gentle, smooth whispering sound that you can listen to by gently constricting the back of your throat. Listen to that sound and fine tune it so that you're lengthening your inhalation as slowly as you can and balancing it with the length of your exhalation, creating a slow, steady rhythm, letting the sound be an anchor for your mind. As you listen to that sound, bring your strap and a block, place that near the back end of your mat, and let's lower down onto our backs. Start by gathering your knees into your chest and letting your head and shoulders relax down. If you need something to place your head on besides the ground, feel free to fold up your blanket underneath. And let's begin to move the area of the root chakra at the groins. So circling your legs as you breathe in so that you're pacing your movement to your breath, exhaling. Continue to circle your thighs in opposite directions, just exploring whatever direction they need to move, changing up the size of the circles, and observing the mobility of each thigh bone at the hip. Notice the sensations around the tops of your thighs. Let's continue with some gentle movements in this region by stepping your feet on the ground, wider apart than hips distance, and separating your knees as wide apart as your feet. You might even open the arms apart so they're out of the way as we windshield wiper our shins side to side. So inhale as you drop both knees to one direction. Exhale to the opposite direction. So going that slowly so that you can observe whatever sensations are arising. And maybe not just in the lower body, maybe this stimulates areas in the upper body. Couple more cycles of breath. And from here, bend your right knee into your chest. Take hold of the thigh or the shin so you can still ground the shoulders. Slide the left leg straight on the ground and allow a few breaths of rotating your right foot at the ankle in both directions. And just any movement at the right foot. You could point and flex the toes. Feel the effect on your calf, your shin region, any other parts of the leg. And with each exhalation, see if you might be able to hug your right thigh towards the right side of your abdomen a little more, while trying to keep both shoulders on the ground. Slide your right leg straight and let's switch, catching your left thigh or shin. Circle your left foot in both directions. Point and flex the toes a few times, grounding both shoulders. And as you breathe out, see if you can hug the left thigh a little closer to the outer side of your left side of your belly. And then set both feet on the ground so both knees are bent again. Separate your feet about hips distance apart. And now take your block by the skinniest width or the medium width, whichever allows you to have your knees closest to your hips width apart. Hug that block between your thighs firmly so that you can feel your outer hips firming in towards your spine. Bring your arms down by your sides, really close, and plug your shoulders into the ground. Spread your toes and press evenly into the ground with the four corners of each foot as you parallel your feet. Let's move in and out of bridge pose, and we'll also move the arms. So when you lift the hips, the arms move up and overhead, and as you lower the hips, the arms move down by your sides. Let's try 5 cycles, really slow. Inhale, lift your pelvis and your arms, bringing the arms overhead as you rise in the chest. Exhale as you slowly lower the spine, arms come down, pelvis meets the ground as well as the hands do. 4 more. Inhale, lift up, go at your own pace. See if you can go slower each new breath. And exhale, descend. Articulating the release of each vertebra onto the ground, breathing in. As you lift the hips, plug the feet into the ground and stretch the fronts of your thighs forward while slightly spinning your inner thighs towards the ground, exhaling as you release. Couple more rounds on your own. Tilt the chin back, keeping the throat open for the breath to flow easily. And when you've lowered, let's turn out the right thigh at the hip, flexing your right foot, curl the toes up towards the shin, and cross your right ankle over your left thigh, like a figure 4 shape. Keep your left foot on the ground. Place your right palm near the crease of your right hip to gently splay your right thigh open while you ground the back of your left hip and the backs of your shoulders. And just observe whatever sensations you're experiencing, especially around the right side of your pelvis. Tuning into the slow rhythm of your breathing. Now you could opt to stay here, maybe another 5 breaths, or change it up and thread your right hand between your thighs, using both hands to catch hold of your left thigh or shin. Gently bring the left leg closer to you as you continue to splay open your right thigh and flex your right foot. Then from here, wrap your right leg all the way around the left leg, like eagle pose. Slide your pelvis towards the right edge of your mat. Let's prepare for a supine spinal twist. If your lower back feels really tense, maybe you uncross the legs and keep the legs side by side instead. Slide your right arm wide on the floor, ground the right shoulder. You might turn your face towards it to stretch your neck, and then lift your feet. Take your time to slowly drop your knees to your left side, only as far as the right shoulder can stay grounded. So you could grab your pillow, your blocks to catch your legs if needed. Now, if your lower back is asking for an even deeper stretch, you can place your left hand on your right outer hip. And as you exhale, press away your right outer hip so that it tilts slightly towards the front of your room. Couple more deep breaths. Now, as you roll slowly onto your back, uncrossing the legs if they're crossed, bend the right knee again towards your chest and place the ball of your right foot into the strap. Kicking the right foot into the strap as you straighten your right leg to whatever degree is comfortable. Doesn't have to be all the way straight. Hold the strap in your right hand and straighten your left leg on the ground, pressing your left palm on the very top of your left thigh to ground the back of your left hip. Now, if your right hamstring feels really tight, you could bend your left knee, however much it allows you to straighten the right leg more comfortably. Flex both of your feet. Plug your shoulders back into the ground and down the back. And turn out your right thigh bone at the hip so that the right knee and toes begin pointing towards your right wall. Give it about 7 or so breaths to slowly splay open your right leg, making sure the back of the left hip stays on the ground. And also try to lengthen the right side of your torso as you do this by drawing your right outer hip forward towards the front edge of your mat or towards your left foot. One more deep breath. Slowly bring your right knee towards your chest to remove the strap and slide the right leg onto the ground. Let's bend the left knee in and place the ball of the left foot into the strap. Holding the strap in your left hand, bring your left arm on the inner side of your left thigh. Plant your right palm on the top of your right thigh, grounding the back of your right hip. And as you flex both feet, kick into the strap to straighten the left leg. Bend your right knee if needed so that you can more comfortably straighten the left leg. From the left hip socket, spin your left thigh bone externally, pointing the left knee and toes towards your left wall. Give it about 7 breaths. Slowly splay open the left leg, abducting it, moving it away from the midline of your body. And at the same time, think of lengthening the left side of your torso by sending your left outer hip forward towards your inner right heel. Slowly bring the left leg towards you again, removing the strap. And this time I invite you to either bring your legs into happy baby pose or straighten one leg and keep one knee bent. You might clasp your big toes with your peace fingers or straighten both legs if you feel ready to, making sure in any of these variations that you're still grounding your head, shoulders, and back of your tailbone. Feel the energy in your legs. What does it feel like right now? Or in your pelvis, all of that root chakra region. And you might also sense your lower back, lower belly, sacral chakra region. Maybe even as high as the middle spine, the thoracic spine, your rib cage, solar plexus region. Bring your hands to your outer thighs, gather your bent knees together and begin to rock in different directions, side to side, forward and back. After several times rocking, find your way up to sit. And let's come forward onto hands and knees, tabletop. And bring movement throughout the spine in cat-cow pose. So spread your fingers wide, stack your shoulders over your wrists, step your knees a couple inches behind your hips, and tune into the sound of your breath. While you inhale, glide your chest forward and slowly coil it up, rolling the shoulders back and down, cow pose. As you exhale, contract your abdomen, dropping your head to dome your back, cat pose. Keep going, at least 5 more cycles of breath. Remember that this movement of the spine, flexion and extension, when it's paired with mindfully slow, regulated breathing, tones your vagus nerve or activates the rest and digest response of the nervous system. Parasympathetic. Let's come into puppy dog pose or half downward dog. You may want to use your blocks underneath your hands, placing your blocks either at their lowest or second level height. As you let the heels of your palms press against the back upper edges of the blocks to create a little more stretch in the back. So with your arms straight, from the shoulder sockets, spin your triceps or outer upper arms towards the ground so that your shoulder blades spread wider across your back ribs while gliding your shoulder blades down your back ribs. So you're creating as much space across the tops of the shoulders and through the sides of your neck. And as you lengthen your neck and straighten the arms, think of a flat back. Engage the abdomen slightly so the belly's not doing this, dumping down. And step your knees back until they are directly beneath your hips while you're bowing from the hips with that flat back, belly engaged, lengthening the crown of your head to point towards the space between your thumbs. So you're creating a straight line from top of the head to tailbone, wrapping your triceps towards the ground. How's the breath? Sliding the shoulders back. Inviting your collarbones to broaden. Lengthening the region of your throat as well as the back of your neck. About 3 more deep breaths here. Pulling the hips back. Imagine breathing up and down the sides of your torso from your outer armpits to your outer hips. And slide the blocks aside so your hands are on the floor. Ashtangasana, start to lower your chest, your chin, your throat. Look forward towards your hands. So you're sticking your tailbone up, but you're pulling the belly in while you sink your chest and throat to the ground. It's a deep shoulder stretch. Just a couple more breaths here. When you're ready, slither all the way forward until your belly's flat on the floor and your legs are straight back, sliding your knees as close together as you comfortably can. Support your lower back by rooting down firmly through all of your toenails. Press the tops of the feet down and actively stretching your legs long so that your kneecaps actually are not on the floor, even though your pelvis and feet are. Keep that and crawl your fingertips outside of your mat, bending your elbows apart at right angles. Let's dance the shoulders out to loosen them up. So pelvis stays on the ground. Breathe in, roll the shoulders behind you, lift your chest forward, and then look over your right shoulder behind you as you circle that right shoulder further back and down. Inhale, center. Exhale, look over the left shoulder as you rotate it back and down. Inhale, center. Press both shoulders back and down and broaden the collarbones. Exhale, melt your belly, chest, throat back to the ground. Now let it be more organic. Give it your own kinds of movements, exploring, maybe waxing on, waxing off the shoulder blades onto the back ribs, maybe shaking the head. All the while listening to your breath, keeping it even and calm. Let's clear any heavy energy around the neck and shoulders with a lion's breath together. So press the fingertips down, roll the shoulders back and down, lifting the chest, breathe in and stay lifted. Stick out the tongue, open the mouth, and release down. Let's try twice more. Inhale, start with the shoulders, roll them back, press the shoulder blades down. Stick out the tongue, open the eyes and mouth, any sound as you melt down. One more. Deep breath, shoulders back and down, broaden the chest forward. Slide the forearms forward, lifting your chest into Sphinx pose. Have your elbows, sometimes I see Sphinx pose with the elbows really wide like this, and there's not much movement to be able to lift the chest. So make sure the elbows are in. They're your shoulders distance apart, and they're right under your shoulders. We can get more lift in the chest and feel stability here. Draw the fronts of your shoulders back, press the shoulder blades down the back, and bring that energy of rooting down again the tops of your feet while you actively stretch the legs long. Lengthening the back of your neck, look slightly down just ahead of your thumbs, and also open your throat. Relaxing your eyes, relaxing your jaw. You might even flutter the lips to help untense the jaw. Now let's combine opening up the fronts of the shoulders and the fronts of the hips and thighs. Cross the left forearm on the ground in front of your chest and bend your right knee. Backstroke your right arm and catch hold of the big toe side of your right ankle or foot. Have your knees no wider apart than your hips distance, and ground both of your frontal hip bones to stabilize your lower back. For about 5 more breaths, gently bring your right heel slightly to the outside of your right hip. Let your chest completely face the front of your mat while you relax your shoulders. Hands come back to Sphinx pose, both forearms on the floor. Slide your knees close together again. Draw the shoulder heads back. Cross the right forearm in front of your chest. Bend your left knee. Backstroke your left arm. Catch the big toe side. Support your lower back by having your knees no wider apart than hips distance, and by grounding your 2 frontal hip bones. Gently bring your left heel slightly to the outside of your left hip. While rolling the shoulders behind you, turn the chest completely to face forward. Letting go of any unneeded tension in your jaw, neck, shoulders, eyes. Let's bring more spaciousness, not only into the heart chakra region of the shoulders, but into the neck. So leaning your right ear on the floor, and you might want to have a block just to the right side of your head so that you can eventually use it as a pillow. Slide your right arm wide out to the right so the palm is face down and in line with your right shoulder. With your left hand on the floor beside your left shoulder, press the ground away and slowly turn over towards your right outer hip. Taking a moment to slide your right shoulder blade further down your back to create space along the right side of your neck. Really pay attention to the subtlest cues from your body, always letting you know how far back do you need to lean here to get a good enough stretch in the front of your right shoulder. If you need more, you could step the left foot behind you. To change it up, you could wrap the left arm behind you. And if you're still needing more depth, you could step the right foot on the ground as well. So you're bending both knees, stepping both feet flat on the earth. And notice the quality of your breathing here. Let it support bringing your body into a welcoming state to let go of any unneeded stress, to bring balance to your energy. One more deep breath on this side. And be gentle with yourself as you transition. Take your time turning over onto your belly again. Noticing how it feels for your body to unwind from that side of this pose. And if you used a block, you might transfer it to the left side of your head. Open your left arm wide, palm face down. Press the ground away with the right hand beside your right shoulder. Lean your left ear towards the earth and begin to roll slowly towards your left outer hip. Not moving out of expectation like you have to measure up to the first side, but rather deep listening to how your body is cueing you. How far do you really need to go here? Maybe stepping right foot behind you, whether or not you wrap the right arm behind you, and whether or not you also step the left foot on the ground. Invite the left shoulder to release further down away from your ear. And let your mind ride the sound waves you're creating in your breath. One more deep breath on this side. Very slowly unwind onto your belly. And very gently slither back into child's pose, whether or not you use a long pillow to straddle between the legs and to hug at your belly. Maybe even block underneath your forehead as you lie face down in child's pose. Letting your feet come together to touch. Knees can be wide apart or close together. And let your arms tell you where they need to be, so that your shoulders can feel most relaxed after we've spent some time on them. With each exhalation, can you allow a part of your body to sink more easily into Mother Earth's support? Not out of doing or force, but out of allowing and surrendering. Feel the area where the block or the ground meets the region of your third eye center. You might just gently shake your head no or nod your head yes to massage that region of your forehead. Also bringing movement to loosen your neck. Some of you could opt to stay in child's pose longer. Otherwise, we're going to come into rabbit pose, which is a deep rounding of the back, stretching into the back of the neck, closing off the throat for a moment, and bringing the crown of the head towards the earth as we focus a bit on the crown chakra. So to try out rabbit pose, put any props aside so that you can sit directly on your calves, bringing your feet together, your knees together. Backstroke your arms and let your thumbs face the outer sides as you slip the other four fingers on the inner sides of your heels, holding your heels like a tennis ball. Watch me first if you're new to it. So we'll take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, you'll drop the chin to your chest and like you're coiling the spine into a ball, a really tight ball. You're going to lean forward to bring the crown of your head towards the floor, while in contrast, you're pulling the heels towards you, and that keeps you from falling over. Crown of the head towards the floor, chin towards the chest, rounding the back as you pull the heels towards you with your hands. And give it about 5 to 10 deep breaths if you're practicing rabbit pose. Shoulders away from the neck.
Now, when you're done, come back down into child's pose, resting your arms wherever it's relaxing for just a few breaths. Notice how you feel. Gently crawl the hands towards the ground outside of your knees and roll your spine upright to sit. You could sit in hero's pose if this is comfortable enough, or you can place a block between the ankles for supported hero's pose. Let's bend the elbows apart and cross the left elbow over the right for eagle arms, hooking your thumbs or wrapping your forearms and palms. Slide your shoulder blades down your back ribs and lift the elbows to the height of your shoulders while pressing your forearms away from your face. Imagine breathing into the area of your upper back, especially between your shoulder blades and at the base of your neck. And just 2 more deep breaths there. Next, inhale, lift the elbows a little higher if you can. Exhale, backstroke the arms and switch the cross of your elbows. Hooking your thumbs or wrapping your forearms and palms, slide the shoulder blades down. Lift your elbows to the height of your shoulders and press your forearms away from your face, breathing into your back ribs and back of your neck. One more inhale, lifting the elbows a little higher if you can. Exhale, backstroke your arms and gently drop the chin to your chest, slowly at your own pace, circling your head. Couple of circles in one direction, a couple of circles in the opposite direction. Let's bring the legs out in front of you for one more spinal twist. Straighten the left leg forward, step the right foot on the ground, either in front of the right hip or crossed outside the left knee. You might also bend the left knee. Just make sure you're able to evenly root your 2 sitting bones down. Place the right hand on the ground behind your pelvis, press into the floor, and lengthen your spine up as you breathe in. Keep your legs and pelvis still as you breathe out, twist to the right, and lower your left arm, either to hold your right leg or to hook your elbow outside of it. One more deep breath. And exhale, release. Let's switch. If you can, set up similarly on your second side. Right leg forward, bend the left knee, step the left foot in front of the left hip or cross it outside of your right knee. Maybe also bend your right knee. Left hand behind you, root into the ground, and inhale, rise. Exhale, twist to the left. Lower your right arm or hook the elbow outside the thigh. And unwinding, drop your knees apart, bring the soles of your feet together. Take hold of your big toes, or you could put a strap around your outer feet. Relax the shoulders, root down the sitting bones, and lift your heart. Lengthen your spine at the front and back as you breathe in, and then extend your heart forward as you're bowing from the hips while you breathe out. Maybe crawling the hands forward for just a few deep breaths. Bound angle pose, Baddha Konasana. And press down with your pelvis, lead with your heart. Inhale to rise. Straighten both legs forward, flexing your feet. You could also use a strap as an extension of your arms while we fold forward, placing the strap around the balls of your feet. Draw your shoulder heads back and down, press the pelvis down, and imagine breathing into the spine from the bottom up, creating more space between each vertebra. Keep that space, and as you breathe out, explore hinging forward from your hips, inviting a slight lift of your heart as you relax the shoulders down. If you can reach without rounding the back or the shoulders, you could clasp your big toes with your index and middle fingers. About 5 more breaths in Paschimottanasana. Press downward through your hips, lead upward through your heart. Inhale to rise. Let's find a comfortable way to sit for a breathing practice. One more, pranayama. One that will help us tune deeper inward, relax more deeply, and prepare for Shavasana, then meditation. Sit in a way that you can breathe well. Spine is tall, whole body is relaxed. I invite you into Nodi Shodhana Pranayama, a cooling and overall energy balancing breath practice. Alternate nostril breathing. So resting your left hand on your lap, you might place it in Gyan Mudra, thumb and index fingers touching, palm face up, which is a mudra that invites tuning inward. The right hand is in Vishnu Mudra, sticking out the thumb, pinky, and ring fingers. While closing your lips, we'll breathe very softly and sustain quietly through the nose, using the right thumb to close the right nostril like this. Using the right ring and pinky fingers to close the left nostril like this. Alternate nostril breathing. Let's practice 3 cycles together and 3 cycles on your own before letting go of controlling the breath. So sitting tall and relaxed, you might close your eyes and steady your gaze on any one of your 7 main chakras that you are maybe focusing your intention on today. If you don't have any in particular, try the third eye center. Empty this breath to prepare. Close the lips, right thumb, close the right nostril, inhale left for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it in, 2, 1. Close left, exhale right, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2, 1. Inhale right, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2, 1. Close right, exhale left, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2, 1. Second cycle, inhale left, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2, 1. Close left, exhale right, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2, 1. Inhale right, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2, 1. Close right, exhale left, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2, 1. Third cycle. Inhale left for 6. Hold 2. Close left. Exhale right, 6. Hold 2. Inhale right, 6. Hold 2. Close right. Exhale left, 6. Hold 2. Keep going for 3 more cycles on your own.
At your own pace, when you have finished, let go of controlling your breath and notice anything you feel. And keep noticing as you start to lower your body into your final resting pose. If you're needing a bit more opening for your throat and heart center, you can place a pillow wide across the width of your mat. And like you're hanging off the edge of a bed, let your shoulders roll off the edge of the pillow so your heart center is lifted, your throat is open. You might use the support of a folded blanket for grounding, placing its weight on top of your pelvis and lower belly. Maybe use the support of a strap, placing its weight across your closed eyes. And settle into a comfortable stillness, inviting your mind, your attention to drop inward. Resting where you are with eyes closed. Notice how your physical body feels now. Sense the effects of your practice so far. Let your body lead you into gentle movements, slowly waking it up. Take your time turning over onto your right side and resting your head in a fetal position, pausing to witness the flow of your breath, observing how your energy feels now. And as you're ready, press into the support of the earth. Lift your body into a comfortable way to sit for 5 minutes, sitting in meditation. Practice that invites awakening of your crown and third eye centers, all of the energy centers, but especially those two. You might place your hands in a mudra that promotes balancing the elements of the earth to balance your energy. The fingertips of the opposite hands touching each other as if you're holding a sphere between your palms and resting the sphere just about your navel or solar plexus level, where you can relax the shoulders and sit tall. Each finger representing an element of the earth: fire, earth, water, ether, air. And letting the breath flow naturally. You might close the eyes. Feeling your presence as you observe your inner world. Letting go of judging what you observe, rather in opening your loving awareness. Bring your awareness to your root chakra, base of your spine, legs, and feet. And listen to this mantra. Notice if it resonates with you now. I am grounded, nourished, and supported. At your sacral center, lower belly, lower back, I flow with life. At your upper belly, mid back, the fire within me burns through all blocks and fears. At your heart center, I give and receive love harmoniously. At your throat center, I express myself authentically and listen for others' truth. At your third eye center, I trust my intuition and see life clearly. At your crown center, I honor my interconnectedness with all of life. Notice how you're feeling now mentally and emotionally. Allow a moment of gratitude to whomever or whatever you would like to recognize with appreciation. Gratitude to my teachers and their teachers and the many generations before who have shared these practices that we may get to enjoy them today. And revisit your intention for this practice. Remember to whom you dedicated your practice. You might bring your mind's eye to a particular chakra that you decided to focus on. As we chant 3 ohms to close, letting the resonance that you've cultivated through your practice vibrate out into the world to spread, to share love, as well as you integrate that vibration within you. So let in a deep breath. Bowing your head to your heart, honoring the light within. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.